everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute opposite boutique bows, and I've done them in two sizes. So I've done them in 1 inch ribbon, which is this super cute one here, excuse the glue stringers, and then we're going to make a version in 1.5 inch ribbon, which is this one, and you need 2 times 43 centimeters, and the measurements will all be in the description below, along with all the tools that we're going to be using today. So if I ever talk too fast and you miss everything, always check that description box because all the information is always in there. So here we go, we've got our 2 pieces of ribbon, 43 centimeters, and I've already got this one pinned ready to go. So I've folded both in half and I've heat creased the center, and I've also heat sealed the edges, and always do it in the blue clear bit of the lighter so you don't get any markings on your ribbon. And here I have pinned 7.5 centimeters on both sides, and we're going to do exactly the same this one. And this is to get your loops balanced, because the more balanced these 2 bows are, the better the shape of this bow turns out to be. So like I said, the more even you can get this part, the better off the overall look of your bow will be. It's like making an octo boutique bow. Like I said, the better you get your 2 the boutique bows, the better shape your octo bow turns out, and it's exactly the same principle with this. So what I also like to do is double check both of your pieces are the same and all the pins are perfectly lined up, because like I said, the better they are, the better you'll be in the long run. And what you want to do is take those pieces, you bring those round so that you've got this perfect triangle here where your pins meet. Take your crease, and what you want to do is where those pins cross, that wants to go right on your crease for the centre. And then I just take another pin, and then we can pin that to hold it in place. There we go. And we want to do exactly the same to this one. You take those over, so you've got this shape like this with this cross here, that little triangle there. We're going to take that, we're going to take our crease here where our centre is, and we're going to line that up with our middle point like so, so that the triangle is right against that edge of that centre crease. And again, pin, because you don't want this slipping while you're putting your stitches in. And you'll have 2 that look like this. The important bit is obviously these are called opposite boutique bows, so you want the boutique like shape to these 2 pieces. And then what we're going to do is you go across like this. So I always put them like this so I know what I'm doing. And then I've got my Gooseman extra strength thread, and what you want to do is, starting from this corner, so this triangle, go from above, 1, 2, 3. You can take this pin out now. 4, 5, and your 6th one should be going right from beneath, directly up through that triangle point, just there, so that it's lined up nicely. And pull your thread up. Take your pin out. I always leave my cross in just to make sure that my loops aren't moving and that it's still lined up. and again from above, from this side of the triangle this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your 6th one back up through that triangle that side. Okay, and then what I like to do to help get this shape looking nice, before I cinch, I like to move them apart from each other a little bit, like this. Because you don't want your loops like this, you want these bits to turn in. So when we do it, you want to move it so that these are turned out and these are turned this way. So your tails are turning there and your loops are in. And then you can cinch like this, and you'll get 3 creases on each side, 6 in total. And as you can see, you want those loops like that. Once you've got everything in place, move your tails out of the way and wrap around. Don't be worried too much about it at the moment, because we can hairspray it and adjust it in a moment. There we go, wrap that around a good couple of times and then stitch this off in back. Watch your needle. Okay, so that's one. Just do one more to make sure it's nice and secure. There's that one. Move that out of the way. So this is the look you will have. And what I like to do is I get my fingers in the loops either side and pull, and this is what the back of the bow should look like, with these sort of pointed up, and the front of the bow should obviously have the nice loop shape like this. And then I'm gonna make sure that this is well out of its way. The other thing I like to do for balance again is from the centre, I like to pull both of these up and make sure that they're where they both are. And from the centre, that's 4 centimetres. And I move these out as well, do exactly the same thing. And those are 4 centimetres as well, so they're about the same. Because if they're longer, you can give them a little cut down, or shorter, etc. You can cut down the other side. And I like to take it from here, and I do a little curve round, and then heat seal. There you go. And then from this side, what I do is I use that as a guide to work out where I want to start my cut. Make sure that's well out of the way, because I have cut into the other tails as I've been doing this before. And then curve that one. And then heat seal that side. I'm going to do exactly the same this side. If you want to use this as a guide, you can place this on top and work out where you want to start your cut, so you've got even start points. If you're okay at eyeballing it, you can eyeball and see, but like I said, whatever works best for you. Again, heat seal in that blue clear bit of the flame, and again use that side as a guide for where you want to start. Move it well out of the way so you don't accidentally cut it. Cut that one round. You can leave them straight if you want. This is just a personal preference for me. So there we go. Now I've got a nice curve pieces here, and again it gets a little bit messy, so don't worry about it too much, because we're going to wrap our centre, and then we're going to, once we've got everything where we want it to be, we're going to set it with hairspray. There's no point in doing it now, because every time you move it, it will get a little bit messy, so don't worry about it too much at the moment. So I'm going to take the back, right where I've done my stitch off, I'm going to put a teeny bit of glue there. Excuse my glue stringers, don't want them all over my bow. I'm going to place my bubble where the seam is, just across there. And then I've got some corresponding 9mm, and I'm going to wrap the centre round twice. Open your tails so you can wrap round, and the same this side. Pull them out of the way, and that's 1, 2, make sure it's over the original ribbon, and then we're going to cut that extra off, heat seal our end, move that glue stringy out of the way. And yes, my glue gun does get glue stringers. A lot of glue guns do. I don't mind though, because I am extremely accident prone, and my glue gun is a bruiser of a glue gun, which means that if I drop it or knock it or have it fall over on my desk and things like that, it still works. Whereas some of my smaller ones, they do not handle my clumsiness quite so well. So that's why I don't mind the little bit of extra mess that it makes, because like I said, I know that it's going to take me doing serious damage to it. Now, as you can see on this one's got a cute little knotted centre. So what I've done is I've taken one of my 1-inch ribbons and I've folded it in half like this and heat sealed the edges together. So just folded them together and done that with the lighter and pinched until they've joined. And then you can take this, and again you do that loop, thread that through, hold on, that's not working exactly how I wanted it to today. Let's try again. Let's take it like this, loop, and knot. And then what you can do is you wrap that around the centre, cut off any of your excess, and then you can glue that round, and there you go, you've got your super cute. Just move everything out of the way, you don't want to accidentally cut into your nice made bow. Just cut those bits off, pinch those back together. There we go. Just some glue on either side. Not get myself tangled up in my glue gun. There we go. Nice knot centre. And then this is where you play around. So don't be afraid to get both your loops. Get your fingers in like this. Give them a good adjust. You have to excuse me, for some reason this keeps on giving me slight threading. I think it's the pearlescent look of the bow. So once you are 100% happy with where your loops are and how they look and how they are sitting, so I like it when they get to this point, what I do is I take my Max Hold Extra Strength hairspray. This is a quick drying one, and you literally, you take it, completely coat it, flip it over, coat it on that side, and then you leave that to set how you want it. Okay, and then obviously that won't move once that's set. But like I said, I always set them once I've got the loops in place, because obviously you don't want them moving around and adjusting, because like I said, it is one of those styles that does need a little bit of setting just to get it to stay nice and look exactly how you want it. And like I said, you can cut your tails differently, you can have a play around, and in the description box there'll be the measurements for the 1 inch, 1.5 inch and 2 inch ribbon. I've tried it in 3 inch, but it is just so big in this style, it just doesn't sort of fit the sort of shape. So like I said, I'll put the measurements for the ones that work for you in the description, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!